I, 30 female, am so sad about the present my boyfriend, 34 male, got me for my birthday. He got me a pan and a knife. They're both nice, but honestly, I do 99% of the cooking. It used to be something I enjoy, but it's become a job, something that I do because it works for our household and dynamic. I don't hate it, but when he is gone, more often than not the only appliance I use is the microwave. What hurts is that he was discussing buying that exact pan for the house anyway, so it just doesn't even feel like something special for me. It also hurts because I gave him a list of things that I really wanted: skincare, workout clothes, jewelry. It's really simple, painfully basic shit, and he knows I like these things. I gave him low-cost options. I gave him options that are slightly more expensive. He had a lot to choose from and just ignored it. When I opened the box for the pan, I think my face dropped. I thought I had recovered it, but he sat there saying that he failed and got incredibly upset. He has a thing about letting people down, so I remedied what I could and I think that fixed things. A few years ago he got me a Lego set for Christmas. I like Lego but not enough to want it as a Christmas gift. We were also struggling for money and I suggested kindly he return it so he could take me out for a nice dinner instead, so we could just spend time together, and also explained that I wouldn't have enough room in my apartment to display or store it. He called me ungrateful and he stopped buying presents for a while. This is why I am scared to remotely indicate that what he gave me is not a great gift for me. I know I just need to let it go, but what else can I do in the future to prevent this from happening? Update. I posted this and went to sleep thinking I get a couple responses, but I'm honestly overwhelmed trying to read most of them. I was incredibly upset last night. Thanks for validating that I'm not a shitty girlfriend for thinking these gifts missed the mark, and I think I need to grow a pair and talk to him and set very clear expectations about household, job-related gifts, and make clear that I need him to stick to suggestions when I give them to him. Not all of his gifts have been bad, so I suppose this one really hit me. He is currently overseas for a family situation, so I am unwilling to have a conversation with him now. I think how the conversation goes and the indication of his willingness to listen and learn will determine how willing I am to continue moving forward. It's pretty obvious he gets you gifts that aren't what you want, and then when you do get upset he gets upset so you feel guilty. He also goes so upset about a Lego set that he called you ungrateful and stopped buying you presents. You don't deserve that. So he bought something he was going to buy anyway for the house, repackaged it as a gift for you, and then you apologized for your reaction to getting a shitty gift? Ma'am, for his next gift-giving holiday, buy something for you and then cry when he's visibly disappointed. Don't stop crying until he apologizes for his reaction. If that sounds manipulative to you, that's because it is. He knows what he's doing. You gave him a literal list, and he still chose the pan. That's not an accident. Wow, he seems manipulative. He does crappy things and you had to comfort him. Buy him a vacuum for his birthday. When I opened the box for the pan, I think my face dropped. I thought I had recovered it, but he sat there saying that he failed and got incredibly upset. He has a thing about letting people down, so I remedied what I could and I think that fixed things. You know what would be a great way for him to not feel bad about letting you down? If he put the tiniest bit of effort into not letting you down. Why is it your job to make him feel great about being a shitty fucking partner? Why do you think that's the role you deserve in a relationship? How about looking for a partner who doesn't want you to be a servant, who values listening to you and making you happy? You're walking on eggshells, dear. Take it from this old chick, this is not the way to live your life. This is about much more than gift giving. He is far too old to be this inconsiderate and immature. You've been proactive in communicating what you would like and tried be gracious in accepting these gifts that were 100% items you did not want. He's 34 years old. He should be able to take the lumps of people being disappointed and be able to have self-reflection on why he has failed several times at gift giving. Instead, he's projecting his emotions back on you and making you feel like you had to deal with his immature response. Perhaps making a rule that you both buy your own gifts with a certain budget for each occasion in the future? It takes the fun out of gift giving but would solve the issue of receiving gifts you won't use and your boyfriend not being able to handle his emotions surrounding gift giving. Partner, 29M. Suddenly says I'm 29F, silly for expecting a life partnership after we built one. I could really use some perspective because I feel like the rug has been pulled out from under me. My partner, late 20M, and I, late 20F, have been together for almost 4 years. We've always seen each other as life partners. We moved across the country to be together, planned our lives around each other, and talked about our future in a very intentional, committed way. There was love, laughter, support, cuddling literally every single night in bed, healthy intimacy, deep care for each other's growth and well-being. We're not perfect, but we've built a lot together. This week though things started to shift. My partner told me he's feeling emotionally depleted and like his needs for space aren't being met. Fair enough. This has been an ongoing issue, especially with the space, because he needs a lot of alone time. We live in a very small apartment and both WFH. True space is hard to come by. We are also the classic anxious avoidant trap sometimes, so I know things can be difficult in that regard. I've worked hard to grow through my anxiety with lots of therapy and medication, which has helped a lot and have made huge strides, but I'm often left carrying the emotional load of our connection alone. He said in the past that he feels heard and supported by me. But now, out of the blue this week, he's talking about possibly opening the relationship. He says wanting a long-term partner or life partner at all might be a sign of unhealthy attachment, and I'm like, what the fuck, that's what we've been doing for 4 years. That he resents me saying I feel abandoned during this conversation because I should be fine on my own, and we don't owe each other anything. That wanting any kind of emotional consistency or connection might be codependent. I'm trying to keep an open mind, but it feels like he's rewriting everything we built, then telling me I'm wrong for being upset to help his nervous system simmer down. It also feels like I'm being villainized for creating a dynamic while he doesn't take any accountability for the ways he's contributed or the ways he could improve to do better at communicating his needs. And yet, we still cuddle at night. We still laugh and hold each other. He still tells me that he loves me. But then now says he might need 6 months of space? Like, what the fuck do I do with that? It feels like I'm being held and pushed away at the same time. Like I'm expected to be calm, unbothered, and self-sufficient while he burns down the life we built, and if I express pain, I'm proving his point that I'm too attached. I've also put in a lot of work. I've tried so hard to meet him where he's at. I've supported him through tough times and while he's currently in grad school. I've taken on logistical, financial, and emotional burdens, and genuinely tried to grow in ways that support our relationship. Also, I'm pissed because we literally just talked about signing a new lease at this new house we'd be moving into literally next month 2 days ago, and things seemed fine, and then he dumped this. Like, the whole point was we'd have more space both literally and psychologically for him and me too, to be honest. I still love him. I still want this to work. But I also feel scared, discarded, and confused, and am being told I'm wrong for wanting what we agreed upon. How do you even work through something like this? Sorry for the confusing jumble, thank you for any help or suggestions. It sounds like he wants the best of both worlds, to be single and free to do what he wants, when he wants and with who he wants, but then also has you as a backup in case he gets lonely or wants sex. So much of your post talks about what he is saying, what he wants, you working hard to meet him. What about you? Do you want to be in this new relationship with him? Is he asking how to love you? Is he working to meet you? You have a say in this relationship. If he wants space, if he wants to date or have sex with others, okay, but if that's not what you want, don't let yourself be the second choice, his fallback. Find some self-respect and let him go. You deserve to be someone's number one choice. Don't hang on to someone who isn't hanging on back. We don't owe each other anything. I disagree. The fact that he said that really put a bad taste in my mouth about this guy. He is entitled to change and go in a different direction, but he at least owes you some compassion and respect, if for no other reason that you are a human being, let alone a human being he has built a life with. The fact that he feels this way, he may not be in a place to be anyone's partner. It's not codependency, he just doesn't want to pull his weight emotionally or be needed. In which case, he should just break up. An open relationship would only serve him in this case, not fix the issues in your relationship. IDK how the lease process works, but back out if you can. What I read is a woman who's committed to growth in a monogamous relationship while her partner has stalled in his relationship to avoidant attachment. He's resorted to gaslighting for what he wants, sex with another woman, and non-commitment for your future. These are extreme location flag. As for next steps, you need to sit him down and talk about what your future looks like and if he sees himself growing with you or apart. His responses will tell you what you need to know. As for you, fight for the relationship but don't fight for this story. He's dragging you down. As a divorced person, at 29 you can rebuild with a man that wants what you want. He wants an open relationship and you don't. It sounds like you are not compatible. If my partner suggested this, I would view it as a complete betrayal. Get some therapy to help you get out. He isn't going to change, and if you don't agree to an open relationship, he will cheat. If he hasn't already. He wants to sleep with someone else but also keep you as a backup, just in case that doesn't work out. There's nothing to work through here. He doesn't love you. Not in any real sense, at least. You're a placeholder to him. A good one, but a placeholder nonetheless. He wants to gaslight you into giving him permission to cheat. Don't play yourself and get involved in this. Get out. Long-term boyfriend gave me chlamydia. F21M21. Me and my boyfriend have been together for 4 years. He recently went to the doctor thinking he had a UTI, ended up with chlamydia. He swears up and down he never cheated on me. I got tested too and I am positive too. He had never got tested before we got together. We got together at 16/17. I had tested about a year ago which showed negative. He's swearing that the only possibility is he's had it for the whole 4 years and it's just now coming up. But I would have had it sooner, no? Did he cheat on me? F. 21, M. 21. Thank God you tested a year ago. I'm really sorry, I think he might have cheated. It is true sometimes they show up later, but I think last year you should have known if that was the case. If you really trust him, I would ring the doctor and ask if it is possible for the chlamydia to show up that later on. I'm not optimistic though. If you were testing negative last year and now have it after only sleeping with your partner, he 100% passed it to you, meaning he has it now when he didn't then. It's quite unfortunate, but he's lying to you. The same thing happened with my ex. Made up some elaborate story about how he got chlamydia when in reality he just had sex with someone else. Your boyfriend cheated and is also lying. Best thing you can do is get some antibiotics and part ways with him. He's cheated. You were negative a year ago. Now you're positive. Really sorry. 100% he cheated on you, otherwise you would have gotten it sooner. Unless you used a condom 100% of the time. Your boyfriend is lying through his teeth, and if he can do this, imagine what else is capable of. You should dump him immediately and get yourself properly treated. It can lay dormant for years, even with a negative test, because you tested too soon after exposure. However, let's be for real. If you were together at 16/17 and only got tested a year ago, he likely got it in the past year. He, M26, pressured me, F23, into doing something I wasn't comfortable with? We've been talking for 3 weeks and have gone on a few dates. We went out yesterday, it was great and we had a lot of fun, but after that, he asked me to go to his place for something more. Maybe it's not normal, I don't know, but I don't feel comfortable sleeping with someone that soon. I want to get to know someone really well before I fully trust them or want to take it a step further with them. I tend to be a little guarded and reserved. He tried to convince him and I told him that I like him, but I want to wait a little longer. He said that we've been together for 3 weeks, that we've waited long enough anyways, and that most girls would have already slept with him by now. And then he said that it's weird that I don't want to do it, because people usually go for it after 2-3 dates, and that you can't keep dating someone if you don't know whether or not you have sexual chemistry. Maybe he's right, I don't know, but I really didn't feel ready to do this and I apologized and explained that to him. So he said that we could compromise. He said that he can't force me to have sex, but we could compromise and he could use his hand and fingers instead, that I wouldn't regret it and that he knows what he's doing and stuff like that. And then he just kind of did it. I didn't do anything to stop it, so he must have thought that I was okay with it, but I wasn't, and I don't even know why I just stood there. I didn't want to hurt him or disappoint him and I didn't say no. I cried when I got home because I felt like the most stupid person ever. I didn't want this but didn't do anything to stop him, so he thinks I wanted it. I don't know what to do, slightly frowning face. Edit. He texted me this morning and apologized if he made me feel uncomfortable at any point yesterday and that he doesn't want to rush me into doing anything I'm not ready for. Girl, come on. You barely know this guy, you don't owe him a fiend thing. Tell him he's a creep and dump him. Other girls would have slept with him by now? Well, he can fuck off and find one of those, can't he? And you need to work on your self-esteem. Don't put up with this type of nonsense ever again. The right person will respect you, not try and pressure you. 3 weeks? There's food in my fridge older than that, and that needs putting in the bin too. The fact he texted you and apologized says to me that he knew you didn't want to. I wouldn't ever see him again. He pressured you into sex by guilt-tripping you. Most girls would do X. Well, you don't want to do that though, you're not them, so why is his past lovers even relevant? They're not relevant. He only used them to put more pressure on you. He is an AH. You don't owe him shit. This is actually sexual assault. Textbook sexual assault. He used coercion and did not have an enthusiastic yes. Hell, he didn't even get a reluctant yes. All the feelings you are feeling are very normal for someone who has been sexually violated. Blaming yourself for not stopping him, feeling stupid, that's all normal. You did nothing wrong. Run away is what you do. Never see him again, that's what. Up to you whether or not you tell him why. If you have the emotional capacity to explain that he assaulted you, then go for it, otherwise you owe him nothing. Block him.